to do this?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, YouTube? It is Tuesday. I guess I should say what's up, Facebook, because of YouTube's horrible bandwidth issues. But hey, it's Torch Talk. It's a Tuesday night. It's 10:55 p.m. here in Central Standard Time, and wherever you guys may happen to be, it is time for another episode of Torch Talk. Once again, we're doing things a little differently tonight. We're on Facebook, which will be kind of fun, I guess. We'll get to experiment and see how the things go over there. YouTube is our normal home, but this will be uploaded to YouTube later. So if you're on YouTube and you're watching this later, you may not even known anything happened. So that's the magic of the internet, which is awesome stuff. So we're gonna watch some glass. We're gonna hang out, have some fun, and do the Tuesday thing once again. And we'll get to some intros, and we'll do that. And I'll get myself out of the way real quick. Real quick. Sorry, my name is Will. Y'all can know me if you watch the show. You can find me here on a Tuesday night. Links, if you're on the YouTube, are in the description to find my stuff. So please find me on the internet if you want to, I guess, for whatever reason. That's me. The guy sitting next to me in internet land is Mr. Mike Mason. Is he here with us?
Yep. I had to set the camera up. Yo, what's up, dogs? It's your boy, Mike Mason. Yeah, well, there would be a video description with where to find my stuff, but we're on Facebook because YouTube's collapsed on us. So I'm at Mike Mason Glass on Instagram or just Mike Mason on Facebook. And yeah, guys, I had the honor of filming at the Champs Glass Games. We covered a few of them last year, but I was at the Masters and the Summer Glass Games. Bring y'all up just a little bit. And yeah, so among the incredible competitors in both of these events, Winstar Glass was one of the individuals who got to cover. Her work is incredible. I wanted to take a second and just, Will, did you do a proper introduction yet?
Yeah, I got mine out of the way,
man. Just making sure. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so, all right, this is some of Winstar's work, and this stuff is just... These wings, they're drawn and then cut out, as you'll get to see. Stained glass style. There's all these so many different facets to this, but anyways, the drawing work is absolutely incredible. Oh gosh, I'm not gonna take a copyright hit on that, so we gotta mute this. There we go. So yeah, the drawing work and the functional work, this is kind of what she's known for. Look at this series of tubes with the Dragon Ball Z stuff, the stained glass.
I love it.
Unicorns. Just super impressive work. So this is just to give you guys a little premise of what we're going to see. You know, when it's just a drawing that it's done and then it's, you know, flipped and becomes tubing or whatever, you know, that's one thing we've seen, and I'll do a quick refresher on that. But, you know, more recently, she's actually cutting out, like, wings and then using them as sculptural pieces, and I thought it was super impressive, and she was kind enough to let me put a camera in her face repeatedly. And then I've got some of her assembling a collaborative rig with Mama's Glass. Yeah, I won't talk much more. We got to give you guys some of what we're gonna get to see here. Let's pop this off. Glass Central Station, you know, my steez. And my steez is made possible by the contribution of these companies. These are all great companies. I've done business with them for years, and I know they take care of their customers. And events like this, we're about to see Champs and North Star. All these companies are great. GTT, that's the torch I use. But, you know, more importantly, these are the companies that pitch in and make it possible for me to get to all of these different shows. It's just, there's no way around plane tickets and all that stuff. So just wanted to take a minute to acknowledge all of these companies and homies, and then some of you guys out there pitching in on the Torch Pass. That gets you 6 months early access to a lot of what I shoot. It's at torchpass.tv. But anyways, here's Winstar, and at this moment I caught her doing a design on this tube, and I thought that we would just start with giving you a little taste of how she does this drawing. If you've seen some of the Champ specials, you maybe have got to see her doing the planet Earth, where she was building up the layers of like geography and everything. But here she is doing more of a traditional, cut and flip style, or whatever you want to call it. And she just appears to be pretty much freehanding it, which is really impressive. And moments like that, we came in the middle of the drawing, but now would be a good time to just notice how much does she draw between these reheats. Just something to think about, at a certain point. Same thing with the dot work, they'll give it that reheat, but I think they really take a little care to get it evenly hot. Or not at all. I'm going to let it all cool down evenly. Otherwise, you might risk stress from all these lines or dots or decorations before they're fully cooked in. Just something to, I'm not the master at this. Just something to notice, how often she goes back to it, and that's the sort of stuff that I'm looking for. I can only speak to it so much, because if I did this, it would, look like that car we all drew in like kindergarten or whatever.
That's me, man. Yep. Honestly, though, I've to be fair for this technique, and I guess too little to myself, I've never tried this particular thing.
Right.
But I'm like you, Mike. I'm not really good at drawing stuff on paper, and pen flows readily without heat. You know what I mean? Like this stuff, you got to get just the right heat, and you can see her control there.
Yeah. Well, I spent like my teenage years doing nothing but drawing graffiti in notebooks and all. It's like there's a certain type of drawing that I'm totally comfortable with, but to do it on glass with this fluidity, it's like, she makes it look easy, but I know that this is actually incredibly difficult, and her work is super impressive. It really I've had a real pleasure catching her at these different events, and even just seeing other people like that Don Chili doing the shot glass with her prep, that stained glass prep, and then there's a demo that's on Torch Pass right now that some of you guys have seen. Cool Hand Sue's makes a rig on the lathe with some of the stained glass prep, and it just looks so fucking amazing as it's spinning around in that lathe and being worked. And I've had, it's been nice. I've seen quite a bit of her over the past year, and it's just all so cool. Like I said, that Earth I was mentioning from the other competition, that was really neat. She was building it up in layers, so it had some depth to it, so it wasn't just like a drawing. It was almost somewhere between drawing and sculpture. It's the same thing that's going to happen here is, she's going to do this drawing, and then I think the meat, of this demo or this show, rather. This is actually a bunch of demos. I've even snuck some in that I haven't mentioned. But I think the meat of this is really getting to see what she does with it after it's cut out. And I even threw in some footage from another demo of Dylan Hughes doing the actual cut and flip, just so you guys kind of get a refresher if you haven't seen that. It's like 5 minutes or whatever, and then you'll know exactly what had happened before. But and more importantly is seeing how she cleans it up and all the little trickery and how close she cuts it with scissors and when she starts wiping it and all that. And then to get a piece that has no clear on it, and at that point it becomes a sculptural element. I don't know, it's just, I think that's this, I don't know who's the first to do any of this stuff or whatever. She's always pushing in different directions with this drawing stuff, like I said, like that dimensional earth from the last competition and the evolution of this stained glass thing, and then to the point now where she's cutting them out, cleaning them up perfectly, and they're becoming three-dimensional elements. And that's why I'd titled this, like a sculptural cut and flip, because it's not just being cut and then flipped into a tubing wall, or being cut into like just like a pendant, like a portrait or whatever. It's actually being made into something that's a dimensional part of the piece. So I thought that was unique. And here's that piece after she'd actually colored it in and did the flip and everything. Or maybe, I'm not certain what type of flip that was. I wasn't there for that, but damn if it doesn't look awesome. And then here's where she's doing these Lipwrap Encalmos, and she's opening them up, wrapping the lip, and then grabbing another section and doing the seal and repeating that process. And you see she's building up these sections with, those borders, and those accents can really, add some framing to your work.
Mike, there was a question from the Facebook chat room.
Yeah.
Any idea what black she's using there?
Nah.
Well,
yeah, maybe if we could tag her. I don't know. Shayla had mentioned that she was going to join us, but now that we had this switcheroo due to YouTube totally shitting the bed, maybe we could tag her in the post, and then she would know that we're live in Facebook. I don't know. And yeah, here she is getting this section ready. And then she's going to open that up and, seal it right onto that thing that she lip wrapped. And it's these Encalmos is just really key that you have a nice even opening, and that it's flush and that they match. There's not a wall weirdness and that sort of thing. Because once they cook together, the area that is going to fill in, that doesn't have as much weight there. So it's just really important, to open them up the same way. And what she's doing here is almost like a large version of what you see Micah Evans do. He's got that little reamer that he likes to use, a little brass, like one that he's waxed a billion times, and he opens them up, to the same diameter, lip wraps it, then gets the other one and opens it the exact same way, so that you've got two pieces that have that same diameter, same style, same wall weight, and that's what's going to give you a clean result when you do these Encalmos. There's all different approaches from there. It's like we haven't talked about this in a while, but a lot of what we see out here on the East Coast, and like what I learned from Mattis Cookie, who learned it from Emilio Santini, who taught that at VCU, and all these guys here on the East Coast, like the Richmond crew, your AKMs, and your all these cats came out of this program where they learned this Venetian style and Emilio's style, and he does his Encalmos really cold. And that allows you to just kind of, if you don't get a good stick, you can just kind of tap them back off. They should come right clean. And then add the heat into it, and that gives you a little more control. Many like to just go in very hot and give it a puff, Micah Evans, for example, he's somebody who likes to do these lip wrap Encalmos. That's what he's known for. So,
it looks like it's jet black. Our buddy Tony Kazimakis.
Oh shit, Tony in the house.
Tony K. I'll butcher your last name, Tony. I'm sorry, buddy. But he's there. He says he's there with Shayla. So,
oh fuck yeah.
She couldn't get it to load on her computer, but she's here in the chat with you guys.
Yay.
Tony is channeling her like Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost. So if y'all have questions, he can help with that.
Yeah, Tony's another guy I'm looking forward to seeing in the competition. The evolution of his work, if you guys haven't been paying attention, is pretty dramatic. It's not like it was. He's just continuously doing more and more and making everything better. And I know more recently it's like the sculptural stuff where he's like, well, I want to make this type of dragon and this character and this and that, and it just seems I don't know, it's very impressive. Shout out, Tony, you're the man. And I think another thing that we see her doing here is kind of It's almost like she's puffing it out. It is what she's doing. She's going a little bit bigger, and helping it even itself out and then condensing it back. And that's the sort of thing that can help you kind of even it out if it did get a little weird. Gives you the chance to kind of reset things just a little, but ultimately I think it's all for the purpose of evening all that out. And then when it comes back, it's going to shape nice and come back together cleanly to whatever diameter she wants to, whatever she wants to do with it next. Taking the time to bring it out and bring it back, even all that out, and get a nice homogeneous weight to it. That should work nicely from there.
I love that motif. The Egyptian motif is freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's actually similar to what we see in the cut and flip, where I briefly put it in from Jekyll Glass, Dylan Hughes. Kind of an Aztec or whatever he was working with, but so yeah, rinse and repeat. And here's where I mentioned I hop around just a little bit, but now we're at East Coast Melt 2017. And Jekyll Glass, his drawing work is incredible. And there's a good bit more to this demo. That's actually over at Glass Central Station. So if you go to glasscentralstation.com, that's up. It was on Torch Talk, but it had massive audio problems due to the music. So, anyways, and here we go. So he's in order to open this tubing up that he's decorated, he's heated that line. He's going to cut it and open it up. And once he gets that line established, a lot of the magic is that he goes in at the end and then cuts those lines out so it can be opened. It's like once you see it, it's like, oh, okay, no big deal. But until then, it's like, wait a minute, how does it get flipped open? It's like, oh yeah, that's right, okay. So just cut those lines in right near the blow tube or whatever, in around to the other side, so that it can be flipped. All right. Snuck that paddle in. Already started flattening that wall a bit.
I see what he's doing there, going for that, getting that flat, nice, flat shape to prep it up to flip it around the other way.
Yep. So now we can cut those lines in on the where it goes in towards the handle there, and that will allow him to fully flip that out flat. And what Winstar is doing, I didn't actually see where she, got to the point of starting to wipe this because I'm running around filming like 40 people. But I assume it's somewhere along these lines, or this is just another path to get to that. And more recently, she'd even posted one that had like 4 different wings on it on one piece, So it's like she had a big tube and drew a bunch of wings on it, and then cut that out, and it's like, your freaking decal page or whatever, and cut each one of those individuals out instead of one big one. It's a cool method and a cool way to generate these individual pieces. Grimm taught me something similar, actually. Like he would do little tiny flip drawings and actually condense them down quite a bit. And in doing so, they would become almost like little milli chips, and he would then apply them the same way that he applies millis in his scenes and stuff like that. It's pretty fucking cool, yeah.
Very cool.
They thicken up quite a bit if you condense it that way, and you just end up with this little tiny puck. Like I said, it's almost like having a large milli chip. Yeah, fun way to...
A one-off milli chip, yeah.
yeah. just something to think about there too. There's so many ways to decorate or whatever. It's a little bit of the beauty of having this archive we've begun to build of footage from all different events and all these different artists. We can really start to assemble them into things that make sense and give everybody who may not have seen every episode a bit of proper uh, pretense, because this is a very important step. Shout outs to Dylan, a nice guy. I've known this homie for years. We took the Kiva Ford class together actually like 4 years ago or something. And then it was nice to reconnect with him, like at Melt and such. Super talented. Even then, he was doing incredible, like super fine line, like 192 line or whatever, ready patterns, like I don't know the actual numbers, but he was doing stuff that was really, really, really good. And then you fast forward a bit later, and now he's doing these intricately drawn pieces. He was on a murder spree for a while with these, like, really, really nice. And at this point, a crowd is gathered around. I call that the Mike Mason effect. No, I'm just kidding. But like, whenever anybody is filming, like people be like, "Oh shit, something's up. There's a camera out," and they'll tend to come in and check it out. And sometimes I feel bad if I'm, not filming something super exciting, but
Almost everything at Melt, whether you just stop at someone's torch or you're looking at one of the demo artists, pretty much everything is exciting there. It's
yeah, hard to
nonstop
find a dull
glass.
moment. Yeah,
Yeah, nonstop glass action, and you can do what you want. We
yeah,
talk about it all the time. It's just it's one of those things that you can go and hang out wherever you want and do whatever these guys are doing in the back.
yep. Or go hit the lake, whatever. It's your,
Yeah,
it's your time. Yeah. So, anyways, really, really sick drawing, and this saw Piper Dan,
yeah. Rich
Mario in the
Selfridge in the
house.
middle there.
Yeah.
Mario, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Lots of homies out there.
Oh, great dudes. Um, yeah, so there's Dylan showing us how he does that cut and flip and gets, now if you see that whole demo, he flips it and makes it into a whole piece of tubing. But we just need to see how she got to this point, and basically she's done the rough cut, and here she's going to start cutting in much closer to this wing, and then remove every drop of clear and get it to the point where it can actually be used, as sculptural element. And I think some of you may have seen it in the thumbnail, um, the tube that it goes on, or you'll see it soon. But yeah, and this is just freaking gorgeous and a way to achieve detail that, there's multiple ways to do anything, I'm sure, but I don't know. This is a pretty slick way to get this type of drawn detail into a, the
Yeah,
piece
totally.
like that. It's
Crucial for especially like what she's doing here with wings.
right.
Whether it's a butterfly or whatever your kind of wing you want to make. Decorate it up, open it up, cut it off like she's cutting out the cookie cutter style shape there.
Mm-hmm.
And there you
Exactly.
go.
Cookie cutter. I like that. I was thinking like
Yeah.
Shrinky Dinks for some reason. I don't know.
Tricky dinks, yeah. That too.
There's same
That's
deal,
really
right?
cool.
Keeping it flat with the paddle. Yeah, I thought this was so cool.
Yeah, it makes me want to go make a bunch of wings and just stick them on something.
Right?
It's awesome to watch those areas where she cut the glass. It's real rough and it looks horrible, maybe to the casual observer. But as glass artists, we know you can polish that stuff right up, and that's kind of what she's doing here, trimming off some of the
Right.
excess.
Yeah, and this is really the this is really
Yeah, it's you just check that out, like swiping and kind of heating it up, swiping, and that's really that's awesome. Keeping it straight too, getting that heat in there.
Yeah, the using the rod here to wipe. Very impressive.
Absolutely. For those of y'all that are joining us, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Normally we do this on YouTube, but you know, the cold is affecting Google, I guess. So bandwidth is low, and so now we're here back, or not back to normal, but we're here on Facebook. We'll be back on YouTube though. Mike's gonna upload the video for us, and so for those of you that are YouTube fanatics, y'all can get it there. And Shayla is in the chat room on Facebook with us there. Good evening, Shayla.
Oh shit, Shayla's in the house. Shayla, thank you for letting me capture this and share this with our community. Really nice of you to join us. This is freaking gorgeous work. There's Maddie White Studios in the background. Shout outs to the homies. You'll get to see just a bit of him later in snuck in some footage of the award ceremony. But yeah, Maddie's an awesome dude. He makes glass fishing lures. Helps out at the
hilarious
Starship.
Guy.
Yeah, he's a real good cat, and he's one of the cats, the master of ceremonies, and it's one of the people who makes this whole event go off. So yeah, big shout outs to Maddie. Always a blast to kick it with.
Oh man, yeah. He's a fun dude. Shayla in the chat room says, "Hi guys, thank you for being amazing. Thank you, like Mike said, for doing this awesome demo for us, letting us film it, or letting Mike film it, and hanging out with us on a random Tuesday night. That's awesome stuff. We appreciate that.
Yeah, it's always great when the artist can join us.
Yeah, give us some insight.
Yeah." So yeah, guys, this is Champs. This is the Glass Games. This was the Summer Glass Games, which had a bunch of smaller events. There were team events. There were ones where somebody would make a piece of prep and pass it around. There were millie competitions. It was really neat. I understand Atlantic City was the same way. We had a friend go out and cover that. And then, but what's coming up next month is the Masters, and that is a competition that is all previous winners of a Champs competition to earn their spot in this, and it has a theme. I'd have to look it up to read it to you properly, but it's like something through time or whatever. It was almost disingenuous to put it that way. Let's get the proper theme.
Punnying up there, it looks like. So I guess clean up that other side a little bit.
Right, handle switch.
And it really does. I mean, it looks just like a stained glass wing. Like, you know, this is some ancient relic from a Catholic church from, you know, Ireland, and she broke it out of the window and is working with it now. It's awesome. Very vivid colors. I love her, like how the like the white, I guess, fades into that bluish, light bluish color. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's freaking. It's beautiful. The stained glass stuff is awesome. All of it is just super awesome. Remember when you did that drawing?
Remember that time? That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. All right. In honor of the 20th anniversary for Champs, and guys, here's another. This is actually another artist, as you can see, Hex Glass. Shout outs. The demo was a little short, so I thought I'd sneak something random in, and I've just been waiting for the right moment to drop this gem. It's been on the Patreon for like a year, but I was like, you know what? Let me just drop something random on the homies. And check this out, you guys. He had this pad. I think he just turned the Bunsen off, but it was on prior, and heated up this whole graphite pad. And he's got this pad that has all these custom channels made. And he's basically building a networked crane that is functional. It basically has like a handle, and you can turn it, and it spins a chain up. So it's almost like construction crane or whatever you want to call it. And he did a collaboration with Rob Morrison, and I won't even spoil it. I'll just let you guys. If you know Rob's work, you might have an idea where this is going, but if not, like I said, I'm not going to spoil it. But I thought the way he does this networked construction with this custom pad and all these different pieces of graphite here he uses for shaping various things. I thought this was super fucking cool. Yeah. Thought y'all might enjoy this.
It's innovative stuff like this is like, glass blowers are, I think, inherently good problem solvers at the end of the day. A lot of us are anyways, I guess. And this guy had a problem. He's like, how do I make a perfect square every time?
Right.
And then he came up with an ingenious way to solve that problem, which is what you're seeing here. It's a jig, and he's basically like you'd be welding a metal, frame together. He's actually heating the material up and adding in some other stuff in there, just doing it up.
Yeah, it's like his flux or something, for welding. It is. It's a great comparison.
And he's a crane builder. He's a crane man.
Totally. Yeah, I thought this was super fucking cool.
I like that jig he has closer to him. You can see how it's a longer jig, and it's got kind of a lattice shape in there. That's gonna be the long crane arms.
Yeah, and Hex will be in the Masters as well. There's an incredible lineup for the Masters, you guys. G-Check, Cherry Sharp, Tony Casey, who was passing on the messages for Shayla. Thank you, my dog. Freaking Bone Lord, who's freaking slays it on the guitar too. Freaking Winstar, Lyric, Dakota Madrona, the glass-blowing stand-up comedian himself. I'm actually really looking forward to. That's some shit we're gonna have to run with audio. Anthony Lacarte, Huffy, Grim, Dapo, Noah Nunez, Shaggy, Eric Runes, Dan Hoffman, Gnarly Harley. You guys have seen quite a bit of him. He's a blast. Loves to ham it up for y'all. Flash, Chase Hardman, Steve H, the Incredible Implosion stuff, Smitty, Mama, who you guys will see doing the team. They basically put this rig with the wings together, and I thought it was so cool. Like, I don't know, I make this like a sexist thing, but I've never seen men work together the way that I've seen women work together when they're on the torch. Like, did you remember in Vegas, Will, at Glass Vegas, when Cha Glass and Sibylle made the rig, and like one of them was holding the piece and the other was like adding the thing, I've never seen like two homies, like one of them holding the piece and like, wrapping their arms around each other. We joke about that shit, but like women actually do it and seem to collaborate better in the demos or competition setting. I don't know. I'm not trying to make it a sexist thing. I'm sure I just haven't seen the example of where two dudes were trapezing together, and putting on a ballet that way. But anyways, you'll get to see them do some fun team assembly where they put this thing together and assisted one another. I thought it was really cool.
I love that stuff. But Mike, I think, we can't go without mentioning the
Okay.
glass games or the glass Olympics that went down
Oh
at
yeah, that's
Melt.
true. Yeah, that is where they had to like, but that was like a forced scenario where like one of them they had to do it.
Yeah,
It
but
was like a
watching Kalen Roots from the Glass Routes or Roots truck
yeah.
and Richard Selfridge do that. I think it was a Maria they pushed together,
Okay.
or it was somebody else maybe pushed a Maria, and they pulled a perfect like a perfect neck for a piece. It was cool watching like all those different dudes who normally don't work together, do that and sync up. They all kind of met in the middle. It seemed like it was really cool to watch. But yeah,
All right.
seeing that,
All
like you
right.
said, is pretty damn cool.
Yeah. So here he's adding a joint, like in the same networked manner, whatever.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I wasn't even close to done with that list though. We got Urkel, Della Luna, Shubba, Zam, Greg Wilson, Rob Morrison, who you'll see his work in collaboration with Hex here in just a minute, and Hex, and then Hick Dog, the homie's been on the show. Regan, always a pleasure to film, doing incredible work. Um, I joke that I'm just gonna like buy another camera and just post it up at Hick Dog's station because he's pretty friendly with the filming. Oh, Fish, incredible sculpture. He did the Trump thing holding the Statue of Liberty's head
Oh
one year,
yeah.
and then did Hitler. I'm just waiting to see what evil person he's gonna do next. Um, if I keep making that joke, he's gonna do me. He'll be like, yeah,
Ooh.
ooh, boom. Okay, anyways, Habitat Glass, Kai Beck, fucking the homie. Speaking of the team competition, the Team White Chocolate with Maddie White, the
Yeah.
team point pull. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. They were
Eliza
good.
Torlin, R. Hart, Rusty, C. Martin, Liquid Glassworks. You guys remember the Mr. Peanut rig where he did the external joint on that? Really nice. Byron Kiernan, and you guys might remember him from the incredible. He had like the mirror ball that he was using to shape round rods, and he had a similar thing to Hex as well. He had a graphite plate with the indention for the circle in it, and he was using that to shape all the pieces. All right, and here's the crane, and here's Rob Morrison. They made the diggers, man.
Wow.
Yeah, down in Fraggle Rock. So here's what we saw coming together and what all those pieces formed. When that crane actually functions, it'll pull shit up with that hook.
Whoa. There's just something special about clear glass.
Yeah, and like there's also like a bridge, Maybe like check it out. I don't
Yeah,
walk
you
on the
need a
ground
bridge.
like some kind of fucking peasant.
Fuck walking around. Let's go straight across.
Yeah. I'm not
Dude.
familiar with these flame working doozers, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
I like the presentation of the art, though.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome with the cave wall and everything or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
The mountain. I don't know what exactly that is, but
That
it
must
looks
have been a
natural.
huge kiln for that rock.
That is.
I can't tell if that's Portland gray or
Yeah. I don't think
no.
the scenery has to be glass wool.
Hey, but look, they use sand.
Right, they
Which
get
is
it.
pre-glass.
I just poured out a bunch of caramel frit.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, do not breathe around this exhibit.
Yeah. Do not sneeze near this, please.
All right, and this is the team assembly that we were talking about, and I thought this is really cool the way they work together.
Awesome rig there.
Yeah, right. What a cool rig.
Awesome Darth Vader tat. Love it. And I mean, pretty killer tie-dye shirt there in the background. It's a lot of awesome happening.
Right, there's a lot to like here.
There's a lot going on. A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, and then something that I noticed when I was looking at the thumbnail is that you guys check out the cold sealed on post on the joint. So they'll just tap that off when they're done. That's you got to be a boss to do that.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
If you fuck that up, you're gonna take a chunk out of your joint.
Teamwork here.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Holding on for the assist.
This would be the benefit of having forearms, like we always say, like Goro,
Yeah.
Goro, I mean, he could probably blow some incredible glass at half the time. That's it's hard to do on your own right there.
Right. Like that motherfucker with the 8 lightsabers, He,
Oh man.
yeah, he just went
What's
down the
it?
wrong career path.
Was that General Grievous?
Yeah, General
Yeah.
Grievous. I can't be bothered
General
to remember.
Kenobi.
Yeah, any characters from the prequel trilogy are just pretty much bullshit to me.
Yeah, I know them all still for some reason, even though, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that shit was trash.
The prequels didn't happen, man.
I mean, it's a real shame, and not to get too deep into this, but I mean, the bottom line is that George Lucas had a ton of terrible ideas for the original trilogy too, but he had a bunch of friends who were like directors and shit, and who were like, no, 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 dude, definitely do not do that shit. Dev, trust me. And he was like, all right, Steven Spielberg, I'll go with you. But by this point, the motherfucker too rich to listen to Steven Spielberg. So, he took over the and that's what we got, was those ridiculous freaking prequels, which are, they had their moments, but
I wish Rick McCullum would have had a little bit more of a, cojones to say something, because he was there for the first movies and he was there for the prequel. So I think he was like executive producer or one of the producers. Like he could have stopped this.
Yeah, nobody had any power but George Lucas, because he's
true, though.
the sole executor of that shit. And if you said, like, dude, that's a terrible idea, somebody was like, yeah, this Jar Jar thing? Come on, man. Are you serious with this shit?
And the Jar Jar thing.
Yeah, and George Lucas fired that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, immediately. He's like, get the fuck out of here. My kids love Jar Jar.
Maddie White.
Maddie. Yeah, I'm going to kick the audio on for y'all.
There you go.
She kills it.
Hugh
in the house.
Good job, girl.
$500.
Yeah, the summer games they're pretty light, but the Masters are mega money. There's Mama.
Yeah, the other people in that car carries me so hard.
Hey, it's all about the fuck you.
That's right. It was all about the unicorn poop. It was. You're like, that's the shit. Unicorn poop, people. Yeah, give it up for Mama. She can go home
now. Yeah. So we're looking at some winners. Seriously though, congratulations to both of these artists. They kicked ass, and we're gonna get to see them again. So I'm really looking forward to that. And again, just a moment to shout out these companies. They help me every single month, and they're making it possible to look forward to an absolutely incredible 2019. We're talking about 10 or more events, major events, and just a ton of smaller ones. We're gonna get to enjoy all of it together. I'm so excited to keep this party going, and these cats have really made it possible. And some of you guys out there pitching in on the Patreon and getting the Torch Pass, I appreciate that too. Shit's tight. I really am just beyond grateful for everybody involved with this, whether you're pitching in or just kicking it with us on a Tuesday, or whenever we do this shit. I'm very grateful. It's just been tight. Super grateful to Mama and Winstar. Huge shout outs for letting me film you guys doing the thing, especially in a competition. Like, if I were in a competition, I'd be like, get that camera the fuck out of my face. I do not want 1% distraction. I have to murder this, but fortunately everybody is not like that. Everybody has been super kind about it. And, yeah, just one more reason to be grateful. You know, guys, like, if something were to happen, you know, not every day is promised, you know, and if something were to happen to me, I just want y'all to know that you guys have made this whole experience has been an incredibly positive ride. I hope I get to do this over and over and over again. But God forbid something happens, just know, man, I am so fucking grateful to all of y'all who have tuned in and been part of this fucking ride and this experience and made it possible to, seriously, like, just, like, I was like, damn, can I just live in 2018, you know? And then Carrie was like, Mike, 2019 is gonna be dope too. And I was like, I know, but, and it just comes down to so much of what this community has made possible and the show, and I know, the shit's tight. I really appreciate everybody being involved, and I don't know, so much positivity. So I just wanted to take a second to highlight that, and just take a second to let y'all know, you know, something ever happens, man, just remember, shit was tight. Shit was tight because of y'all. So, yeah, gosh, what else? What else? Okay, our friend of the show, Stevie Janowski, had sent over a video last week. He insisted that he has a CC and knows how to run it quietly. He sent us a video, and I did want to give him his day in court, so here we go. This has some audio. Take it away, Stevie. Sounds pretty typical. I'm a little skeptical, Stevie. I don't know.
There might be some compression issues there.
Yeah, we're not certain. All right. I'm kidding. I actually looked up the loudest sounds, and it turns out that it's a drag racer. That was just like a drag race sound. But isn't it crazy how drag racing, before it takes off, sounds like a fucking CC? I'm gonna do the right thing, Stevie. This is Stevie's actual quiet CC. All right. Anyways, I mainly just wanted to swap that audio out and make a joke.
Aren't I will say this though, isn't the loud part of the CC that little flame in the middle?
It is, yeah. The outer is really nothing. That's the surface mix. So, yeah. And guys, here's all the homies from the Glass Games that I was mentioning. Super excited. Bob Snodgrass on the judge tip. Becky Feather, who won last year. Nathan Belmont. Actually, we've got some fun footage of him. Maybe give y'all a little sneak preview.
Friend of the show.
He absolutely is. Yeah, super sweet dude.
Maddie White down at the bottom there.
Yeah, the master of the games.
The games master.
Right. What do we got here?
I love it.
Let's see what happens if we just click a file. There he is.
There he is.
That's Nathan Belmont, y'all. The judge. And that's actually a flat section from another friend of the show, Derek Weaver.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's a chance to see some awesome facial carving and stuff. This will probably go on Torch Pass next month. I'm not 100% about that, but gotta figure that out. It was bright. Okay, all right. That's gonna take some editing. Show me the face. Show us your face, brother.
Show us your face. Y'all want to see my face?
There we
Probably
go.
one of the best Chappelle sketches ever.
Yeah. Man.
Look at that.
Yeah, so that's another fun one. That'll hit Torch Pass first, and then we'll run that as a Torch Talk demo. Maybe we can get Derek and Nathan to join us.
That would be cool.
Sick piece there. Look at
blowing glass on a tennis court.
I like that offset cold seal. critical.
Got to get good at the offsets. Those are very, very useful.
Yeah, that is so fun. Okay, all right, enough sneak previewing. Okay, but remember I was mentioning I wanted to tell you guys the proper. It was like art through time or whatever, but I wanted to show it to you guys properly. 20th anniversary of Chance. They've been doing the show for 20 years. It's quite the history. Master competitors to think about different styles of art throughout the ages. Create a functional piece to showcase different genres of art through time. So I think that's gonna be a fun theme. Hopefully evokes some interesting ideas from the homies. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I think this is gonna be something special. Shout outs to Dab and Granny. She's always super sweet to run into at these shows. Yeah. Good shit. So yeah, this is if you go to champstradeshows.com, you can go to the page and you can see all these cats, but if not, you can count on your boy to faithfully bring you the heat. Gosh, you know what? I wanted to do a giveaway for you guys out there.
I thought you were gonna say a prayer. You got all serious.
Yeah, you know I've got I got two more of these left. Actually, they're the subscription packs for the Hunger Fund. I'm gonna take one off of the Big Cartel. And we'll go ahead and give one of those away. So yeah, these packs actually have like two different Millie canes, two different color combs in this one, like a ton of stickers, and color samples. I think that one had the Coma, the North Star, like this new blue, and then like the Tag Experimental. It's like the EXP something. I forget already. But it's like an opaque serum almost. It's like an ivory, like, and then it goes to the pink, but it's opaque. It's fucking tight. So, go ahead, everybody, pick a number 1 through 200. I assume there's not like 500 people watching.
35 on Facebook.
Ouch.
So, well, the most we had tonight was 69. Not bad for a different platform, but most everybody knows us on YouTube. So.
Yeah, that's true. That sucks. Okay, well, we're gonna upload the video for the YouTube homies later.
Here come the numbers.
So yeah, everybody, throw your numbers down. Throw the numbers down.
We'll start the bidding with Ginger Livingston Saunders at 29.
Oh yeah, shout out to Ginger, one of our moderators for the Torch Talk group.
Yep.
Helps
Shout out
make
to
this
Lewis
possible.
Wilson. I saw him he didn't comment, but I saw that he joined.
Oh,
Pedro
Lewis in the
Grimes.
house.
What's
Oh,
up, buddy?
hell yeah, Pedro in the house.
I cracked up. I think it's still, yeah. Pedro's profile picture is one of the guys from Pawn Stars. Thought that was funny.
Oh yeah, guys, I'm so jealous of my girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, check out these nippers. It's like a public post, so look at these fucking things, you guys. What?
Can't see. Mike, all we see is
Oh,
your face.
just see me being all like, dude.
There you go.
All right, check these out.
Wow, that's wow.
There's some new shit, y'all.
Cool.
I understand, like, she ordered them at a show or something, and they just showed up. So y'all getting to find out about the new shit. You can get thebreda.com. About Graviton. U.S. patent applied. Anyways, this is the ideal mosaic glass cutter. So like I said, I'm super jealous.
Mosaic, do they mean like a nipper, like you said, like for nipping cane and stuff like that?
Well, it's like for glass, yeah, things
Yeah.
like that, yeah. For I think
Caneage.
more traditional mosaic potentially, but this is basically a way better version of the same type of nippers that we use. You know, the ones we use for milling, just call them mosaic nippers. You know.
Yeah, they have 5 times the force apparently.
Yeah. wheel indexing system, y'all. So like the wheels have numbers on them, so you can turn them and keep track of exactly what part of the wheel has been worn. So it's like, yeah, you're never, I mean, it's like regular nippers. You can turn the wheel when it gets a little dull, but it's like you could potentially be putting it on a part that's not the freshest, So the numbered, I don't know. I thought this was super fucking sweet. So if you're into glass tools or whatever, so thanks, Carrie, for sharing that with the public. I will only steal them occasionally.
Every other Thursday. Typically. Schedule holds out. There's still a few numbers.
Are they coming in
there? Yeah, I still see a few numbers dropping in.
Okay, all right. Lay them on us.
Lay the numbers on us.
Yeah, I'll share, since we're here in the Facebook group, I mean, we're going to upload this to YouTube later, but, so I shared with the group, like, the bundle of these canes. It's like a new Spectrum eye cane. It's like a 5-color rainbow style thing, But I posted a picture of my the 19 cell. If you look in there, you can see them all chilling out in the cut. Yeah, so this is, I mean, if you've seen the Honeycomb episode, you know what's happening here. But if you haven't, basically those bad boys, there's clear posts on the back, and then those are bridged in. There's like a rod in the middle that has a small Maria that they get bridged to, and then the outer layer is also bridged to another Maria. And then my outer layer of clear, it's hard to see if you see that, there's actually a layer of clear on the outside that contains all those bad boys. That's actually sealed in on the front and on the back as well, and then it's all stuffed in around with a ton of shit. So these are all the things that it takes to do like super duper tight honeycombs when you've got like a thing that's not like if you have if you want to make like clear ones with 7mm or whatever, that's easy as hell. Anything but that, or if you can cherry pick a shitload of stock rods and really get ones that are dead on identical, that'll work too. But if you're not able to go to like the supplier yourself, this is kind of what it takes to do super dank honeycomb. So here it is. I was hoping I'd get it done today, but these things, it just takes time. And if you want to do it right and really make sure every little thing fits into every little spot, it takes some time and it takes some adjustment, unless you've got perfectly identical rods. So anyways, that's what's going on there. And I don't know, I tapered this a little more than usual, but this is sort of what it is. I left a little bit extra on the outer bridges. So normally this would be like a little further back, but it is what it is. And then this stuff will all cook down. I don't mind this. It's like a vac stack where you leave the extra bit on the tube, This will all cook down and become a moil for this. But the actual, what I want is this part right here. But the clear on the back and all this stuff here, that allows me to get 100% of it. There's not going to be like a little chunk here. So anyways, that's what's sitting around my...
How much does that weigh, Mike?
That's a good question. The rods themselves were like 140 grams or something with their clear posts. So like that was 19 of those. So like subtract the clear, like 120 or something. And then there's like 18 pieces of like clear that go around it. So I'm thinking that you double that weight in the clear sleeve, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not a big pull. Like when I do them with color, like I'll do like quarter sticks, so it'll be more like that, plus a bridge section. And I've done some of those pulls and they get quite a bit bigger. But yeah, so this won't be like a crazy diesel pull, but it's 19 of this whole thing, you know what I mean? It's a lot of things to get all pulled to a same diameter and stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know, 120 times like 2 plus some of this extra stuff, and then the thing, be 250. If I get 200, like, awesome, I'd be happy with that, So anyways, that's the sort of shit I have sitting around.
Well, there you go. And I think we got all our numbers in.
All the numbers in? All right, let's do that then. Cool.
I think so.
All right.
That's what it looks like.
That's what's up. And there are some of you guys who won some stuff I haven't gotten in the mail yet. I was kind of hoping to get my subscriber packs done and then get off to the post, and it'll all go out then. So I got to finish that pull first. So Anyways,
1 through 200 there, Blake. I don't know if you picked
Yeah.
another number.
Give him a second, I guess. But it's time to do this. All right, are they all in?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Clickety 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 clack. 142.
Man, you know what's crazy is the other number he picked was 141. Blake Caudill. So close, buddy.
Well, I don't feel like doing 800 picks, so is that his number?
Okay,
Is
but
there a
we've got a
number?
Graham Stillard at 143.
What? So they're actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
if we pick the closest number, we would have to pick between those two dudes. Maybe.
All right. Well, I say we do a runoff then.
Okay.
I'm serious. We'll pick one other number, and if it's lower, great.
then 142.
I don't know, actually. Well, let's call one guy 100 and the other guy 100 and up.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. So the lower guy is the lower range, and the higher guy is the higher range.
Blake is the lower number, and then
All
you
right.
had let's see, who was it? Graham Stillard was 143. Okay. All right.
All right. That's pretty cool. All right. Clickety 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 clack. All right. That's the
All
homie.
right.
That's Blake.
Going to Blake.
All right, Big Blake. Hell yeah! Congratulations, my man. I got that's a fun pack for real. There's like I said, there's like multiple pieces of dank honeycomb cane in there. The color stuff, color samples, shitload of stickers. It's on. Hell yeah! All right. Well, let's see. Was there anything else on the agenda tonight, Will?
Not that I know of. No.
No. All right. Well, shoot, like I was saying earlier, homies getting a little choked up there, whatever. But man, it is such a cool thing to be able to share these incredible events with you guys. It's there's gonna be like one more episode, I guess, left. And then we're off to Las Vegas. So I'm off to Richmond to cover that Time show on the 8th. And then back for Champs Masters, and then the Gas Conference, and the Beat Expo. It is just, it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until, like, the winter. And then we'll be back to this. But, gosh, yeah. In the meantime, like I said, I've just been looking forward to all these things and taking a moment to be grateful for how I got here in the first place. I feel so lucky to be able to share this stuff with you guys and get to have a party while doing it and just have fun and do something I feel is positive for everyone. So hell yeah, thanks for being part of that equation. I'll bid you all farewell for now, but I hope all of y'all have a great week, and hell yeah, take care until next time. Like I said, I'm gonna leave y'all with Will for some wise words.
Wise words. I don't have any wise words this evening, but I want to echo everything Mike said, and it was all wise, so there you go. And bid you farewell for the evening. We'll see you guys next week. We'll see those of y'all in Vegas coming up in just a matter of days here, not long at all.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be fun. We'll see y'all out in the desert, hanging out again, doing some glassy awesome stuff. And,
Oh shit. Will, how many hits does your video have?
Earlier today when I looked at it, it was 255,000.
Good God. Good
yeah,
God.
so
It was like
250,000
2,000 last
views.
week, right? Or 10,000?
Yeah, it was something like that, and I was like, wow, this has gone further than I ever thought it would, and it just kept rolling. People kept sharing it. Sky and Telescope published it on their website and stuff, so pretty huge stuff for the channel. I'm over 1,000 subscribers now on my channel, which is cool. I'm just sharing astronomy and my love for it, and so those of y'all that are Torch Talkers watching, I appreciate y'all watching and hanging out. That's awesome stuff. So
Yep. Cool.
yeah, first viral video, I guess. Hopefully there's more. I don't know. It was pretty crazy to see those view counts come in though. Like I had a 10,000 view hour. So in 1 hour, 10,000 people viewed it. You can watch all that on YouTube. It was crazy. It was like watching the Super Bowl kind of.
That's really awesome, man. Congratulations, dude. You
Thank you,
deserve
man.
it. The work you put in on that and the quality of what you're doing is it's just world class, man. There's no other way to put it.
Thanks, man. I
So,
appreciate that. That makes me
course,
feel
man.
good coming from somebody like you. And I love doing it. I love sharing it, and I will continue to share it. So if you like astronomy, I'm out there, deep sky dude. If you don't like astronomy and you like glass, well, here we are.
Yeah,
So,
we gotta get that into the description so that way whenever I make the new ones, it'll just be there. I think that'd be a good idea. We'll edit
Yeah.
that in there when we upload this. I was like, I'll do it now. And I was like, we're not even on YouTube. It's crazy.
yeah, YouTube isn't a thing right now. Hopefully, we'll be back on there next week. We'll see.
Right.
We're flexible here. We kind of blow with the wind, and wherever the wind blows us, usually it's away from YouTube somehow. But
Right.
it'll pan out. Usually they're doing updates and stuff, so they'll get that straightened out. We'll be back on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe, and do all that, because then you'll know when we're going to be live, and you can join us and hang out on a Tuesday night. That's all I've got. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us all night long. Shayla, awesome demo. Thank you. Mike, thank you for shooting it for us, as always.
My honor and pleasure, baby.
Yeah, and we will see y'all right back here next week for another episode of Torch Talk. Y'all stay safe, stay melty, and we'll see y'all then.
Peace.